The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And he returns this to the 22. First play and a first pass for Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now 2nd and 5.
Let's go, Big Sears right here. We got to step it up.
A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Cousins. This ball down the field for Pitts. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. In motion left is Wilson. From the red zone now, Cousins escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Switch. 36. Check it out.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And if that run looks familiar to you by Walker, it should. You saw it at Wake Forest, at Michigan State, and in the NFL here with Seattle. A nice start to his career, totaling a little over 2,400 yards from scrimmage and 18 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons.
Thomas brings it in. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Faking the give, Darnold. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. The Falcons at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
24 is the mic.
Hey, no, easy.
Cousins now. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins on the move to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Four down.
48 smart.
Hey, alert.
48 the mic. Ricky.
A first throw for the backup, Wilson. That is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. A gain of 22.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Now Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. On the handoff, this is Walker. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Darnold. To the sideline and incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And complete to Drake London. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half. Cousins. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Darnold wants to change it up. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Back to throw, Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the left sideline and all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards. Hand off here to Walker. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, it took them a little while, but they are on the board here in this third quarter, and now with a chance to tie this up.
And it gives them a chance to exhale just a little bit, right? Because most of the time, if your first points come in the second half, you're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now they have something to build on and a chance to mount a comeback.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. From his end zone, Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
He's sideline, he's side on the right, side on the right.
Black, black.
Oh, 24 is the mic. Check the outs, check
Gun.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Throwing is Cousins. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it.
Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
Straight ahead, Walker. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And running with power here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Cousins on first down.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
Cousins.
That one deep for London.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, it's Cousins. Flushed out right.
Aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago.
First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll give it up to the big man Walker.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now it's Darnold. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. 7 yards there and a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Walker now on 1st and 10, down to about the 37.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Darnold. This is Fant on the short completion. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. Myers' kick is good, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now Cousins. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to it after the pick six. Cousin. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Walker. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was
and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. His second rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. That's going to be caught by Pitts. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's got this down to the 35. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play fake. Cousins. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, 35 yards. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.